If you've been watching me only because of Tekken, you might not know that I have been a Teemo player for way longer than I've been a competitive Tekken player. When they announced Teemo's gameplay, or like they teased his gameplay for the first time, I tweeted, 10 years ago, I used to skip classes to test out shroom placements that would catch players who would auto path by clicking on the minimap, right? Like, so like in League of Legends, you can click on the screen, or you can click on the minimap and the game would just like walk for you. So I wanted to catch people who were automatically walking and would just run into my mushroom traps. And if you don't play League and this means nothing to you, don't worry about it. We're here to react to the Teemo gameplay trailer and then the dev notes. Something that's really exciting to me is the developers are really communicative. From what I've heard, they've done a lot of really good explaining, and I want to watch their explanation in full. But first, the Teemo trailer.
What?
Alright, so backdashing and zoning. He's got a slingshot that shoots in 2 arcs. He can teleport. Now, this is devious. If you haven't seen this trailer before, he teleported to his bush. You see this? He puts the bush down and you corner him and then he teleports. So he can backdash all the way to the corner and then escape the corner with the teleport. Okay, mushroom in the bush. He turns invisible in the bush. We'll go back and look at that. Okay, he lights the bush on fire. The spammable light reminds me of I think it was Servbot in Marvel 2. I barely played Marvel 2. But I feel like the troll character energy is very well captured. And this, if you play Street Fighter, this is the Rashid level 2, no? It just runs at you. It's just the super that just corners you. Okay, the little pogo going up. Yep. Air throw? Okay. I think everybody in 2XKO has an air throw, but that animation is devious. I don't get the reference or why there's an egg in the pot. If you know, let me know. I think the fake Twitch chat is... It'd be cooler if it were a real Twitch chat. You know what I mean? This is insanity. This dude is supposed to piss you off. Which I think is accurate to the character. And if you haven't seen this trailer already, they put in some cool FGC references. And he's got a Shoryuken, bro. Yeah. This is absolutely my character. All right, but the thing I wanted to point out, and the devs will probably talk about it, is in League of Legends, when Teemo's in a bush, he turns invisible faster, right? His passive is he turns invisible when he sits still. In a bush, he turns invisible faster. Here, he's in the bush, and then he turns invisible. So even though he's going for a jump, you don't know if he's jumping forward, jumping up. You can guess by like the camera, I guess, but once you're calling in like assists and stuff, this dude is literally turning invisible in a tag fighter. That is so fun. Anyways, by now, since this is a few days late, you've probably seen the trailer, and I'll link it below if you want to watch it straight through. But I want to check out the dev update and hear about their design philosophy of the character. And my chat asked me, I forgot. I bought this hat 9 years ago.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kyohei Lair. I'm a designer on 2XKO. Today I'm here
Put on
with...
subtitles.
I'm Alex Jaffe. I'm lead champion designer on 2XKO.
Today is about Teemo. Finally, Teemo. So Teemo is a character that I learned about before I even learned about League of Legends.
Yes, exactly. That's me too.
From the beginning, I knew he was like off-meta, meme-y, quirky character.
I asked my friend, what character would make people upset the most if I were to play League?
He's a really stand-up, regular, respectable guy. For some of you, he might be weirder. I think he's going to do a lot for the game. I'm really excited for him.
So Teemo is a Yordle. And Yordles are this magical creature from Vandal City. And within Vandal City, there's this organization called the Vandal Scouts. And Teemo is at the head of it. I really want to mention
Backdash and zone and teleport.
Scout for Teemo because our kit in 2XKO really takes an inspiration from what we thought or what we imagined how his daily life as a Yordle, as a Vandal Scout would look like. In result, we have Teemo using like devices to help him float, to get around trains, and we have shovels to dig up some treasures or whatever.
That
We
super
got a
looks
lot of
ridiculous.
flavor of the Vandal Scout in Teemo's kit here. As you can see, Teemo is a very small, tiny little character, and in fighting games, that usually becomes a big issue for the opponent.
Why is he crying when he's crouched? Oh my god.
Tough to make him feel like an average
His crouch block, he's covering his eyes.
To compensate for his lack of width, we have his backpack.
Unfortunately,
attached to it.
this is my
We all
character.
found this really good balance. We're like, Teemo is shorter. There are some options that whiff against Teemo, but they are pretty rare. The entire game is sort of tuned around Teemo in a way. His crouching height specifically, like every attack in the game, if we want it to be generally reliable and not kind of more of an edge case situational thing, that bottom of that hitbox goes just low enough to hit a crouching Teemo in the head. Obviously, everybody's been asking about small characters. A lot of people have been asking about Yordles specifically. We knew we wanted Yordles in the game. We've been telling you for ages, like, we wanted to find a way to put Yordles in the game, and guess what? Dear reader, we did.
Okay, let's talk about Teemo's kit a little bit.
I think, yeah, so it's interesting that they put Teemo in so early, but now it makes sense with that philosophy, right? Like, if they're going to make a character that's short, they need to know what hitboxes are reliable and what aren't. So putting Teemo in early helps them not only adjust for future Yordles, but also just kind of iron out how they want the game to be. If you put Teemo in like season 5 and they don't have any characters prepared to hit this little dude, it would be a nightmare. So it makes sense from a dev perspective, I think, to put Teemo in early. I was surprised they put him in early, but now that they said that, it makes sense.
Start with Teemo's bread and butter. It is the mushrooms.
Delicious, like bread.
S2. Yep, Noxus Trap. So
Air
on top of
okay.
S2, Teemo jumps back, places the mushroom right in front of him. If you are moving forward and throwing the mushroom, he moves forward. And if you're moving back and throw the mushroom, he moves back and throw the mushroom.
I didn't realize that. That's nice.
Did that mushroom do chip? I didn't see.
Back and throw the mushroom.
It did. The mushroom did
Forward
chip
and throwing
damage.
the Mushroom, he moves forward. And if
This
you're moving
character
back
is gonna
and
be
throw the
so
mushroom,
fire.
He moves back and throw the mushroom.
I didn't realize that. That's a nice little touch.
You can also, you know, like if you're jumping forward and throwing mushroom, you can land with your mushroom. There are many ways to play around this. Mushroom can be removed by the opponent's attacks. Another way to remove the mushroom is to just hit Teemo.
Oh, when he
Another way
gets
to
hit,
deal
his
with this
shrooms blow
is to
up?
Get in proximity and just by blocking.
That's probably
or by
fair, I
avoiding
guess.
it. And it's not really just a trap either for Teemo. Teemo has a lot of interactions for his mushrooms too. As you can see, Teemo can pretty easily set up his shop or his mushrooms. As you can see, it also goes away after 7 seconds of inactivity.
Okay,
It's
7
trying to be
seconds.
Yeah. If you place a mushroom on top of another mushroom,
bounce
it
like in
bounces
League.
on top of it,
In League,
and
they last way
jumps
longer,
forward
but it's a different
towards
game,
the
right? So
Yeah. And another interaction he has is that he has this move, jump down A3. It has its own purposes.
Jump
like a
down,
combo
cheeky
move,
drop.
but if you use it with the mushroom, he jumps up and he can move here. He's
got a ground. Oh! He can
Another
bounce
interaction
off
he
the mushroom
has
and get a
is
super jump?
Shovel. This is his crouching forward A3. He pulls out a shovel and digs the ground. It has other uses like anti-air, OTG, but if you use it with the mushroom, it launches the mushroom forward, and while it's launching, the opponent could get hit by it. You may have noticed when I was exploding the mushrooms, but as I explode the mushrooms, he had 3 icons on top of his leader.
Yes, he gets
First icon is
badges.
the mushroom badge. And as Teemo uses this mushroom and explodes the mushroom, it keeps filling up.
Does it fill up on hit
and
only?
yeah, he keeps gaining the badges.
On
and
block
once he
also?
levels up,
Oh.
he gains the ability to spawn poison cloud from his mushroom explosions. The mushroom also looks a little different, indicating that it is a poisonous mushroom. And if the opponent stays inside the poison cloud, the opponent gets poisoned and they suffer a little bit of DOT.
We've got dual layers of annoying here. Screen filling up with mushrooms.
Chip. And wow,
Try to
look at
break
how
down
much.
and
Look at the
kill that
poison.
one.
Look at Vi's
Dual layers
HP.
of annoying here. Screen filling up with mushrooms.
That's a
Try to break
significant
down and
amount of
still
poison
hold it
damage
up.
on block.
That's really like, in my mind, that is like the core. Like
He's using a arcade stick, a Hori Alpha.
Teemo has a bunch of fun tools. He's got a lot of fun toys to play with, but the mushroom is really like the thing that defines his identity more than anything, right?
Let's get to the second badge. This is the dart badge, and the dart in his kit is his L normal. So this is his light attack. You can press lights consecutively, and Teemo shoots darts up to 3 times at a time.
I liked Mega Man in
Let's
Super
go.
Smash Bros.
He can do
Ultimate.
this
That reminds me
here
of his
as well.
lemons.
Yeah, it is quite a strong tool, and we think this is like one of the defining features or defining ways that Teemo is going to play.
You know, like the
neutral
basic power
and more
buster, shoots a little
agility against the opponent. You can see
pellets,
when you
little
hit
lemons.
the opponent with the darts, Teemo gains 1 tick of the dart badge. He gains the poison dart.
More poison.
But more
Let's go.
poison, yeah.
This
he gains the poison
character.
dart on the first dart that he does out of the 3.
Yeah, the first
and
dart
this
is
the same
poison.
for grounded and air.
Ground
Let's
and
talk
air.
about the last badge,
I wonder if that
the
jump
slingshot,
dart is a
and this
fixed
the same
angle,
for
right?
grounded
He
and
jump
air.
darts and it always goes
Let's talk
diagonal
about
like
the
that. I
last
wonder if that's
badge, the slingshot,
only
the
that angle.
Sharpshooting scout. On tap of S1, he just shoots a slingshot forward, but you can charge this, and you can shoot farther, and you can also do this in the air.
I think something they really cooked with is when Teemo hits you with one of his hitboxes, it feels so tiny. There's not a lot of impact, right? It's the little pebble, it's the little dart.
Charge this, and you
It's
can shoot
supposed to be
farther,
annoying.
And you can also do this in the air. I think this is the only projectile that reach full screen. And it also has like peculiar use cases, unlike darts, for example, which is more of a straightforward projectile. And Teemo has down S1 as well. He shoots up instead, and you can charge this the same as the standing S1 or air S1. Let me get to the badge part of
Yeah,
this.
the stone badge, or the
once
slingshot
Teemo
badge.
hits 5 slingshots total. Oh, by the way, you have to hit the opponent. They cannot block these to get the point.
Okay, slingshot is
Teemo
hit only.
gets the slingshot badge, and his rock becomes fire rock.
It's so juicy. It feels so good to hit.
Yeah. One quick bonus that he gets for the fire slingshot is
It
that
bounces?
he receives a little more hit stun off of this. So it allows Teemo to link this projectile into like a normal
Oh,
or additional
new
combos, for
combos
example.
Cool.
in
so that's
fire
the main
mode.
3 badges. That's great.
Yeah,
And-
I mentioned another interaction with Mushroom earlier, but I couldn't show.
Oh.
And this is the interaction with the slingshot. It really extends
That is-
half of the time for a slingshot build. It really helps the rock.
How are you
Once it
supposed to
bounces
hit
on
this dude?
Mushroom, the opponent will have a hard time.
Probably assist,
getting
right?
around it.
Assist is gonna be important.
Though the opponent can just strike the mushroom and stop Teemo from doing stuff like this.
Dude, we
you
are
always
never
saying it's really
fighting.
important for him to have some long-range tools so that he can get that pressure up to actually move the game forward, get you coming to him, right?
So these badges, they persist across rounds. So once you get these badges, or once you
Oh.
accumulate points on these badges, you'll never lose them. Until
Oh,
the
that
very
is
end of the match.
toxic.
This is Fortis 1. This is called
He keeps
Vandal
it across
Dash.
around. That is
On
so dumb.
charge of Fortis 1, he runs in place, gains momentum, and on freeze, he
Look at the
shoots
charge
himself
animation. Look at him.
charge of
Look at him charge it up.
This is Fortis 1. This is called Vandal Dash. Yep. On
Right here.
charge of Fortis 1, he runs in place, gains momentum, and on freeze, he shoots
This character is so
himself
fire,
forward with a multi-attack. We generally consider this as like a combo extender, combo ender.
He doesn't hit the hardest, right? He's not the first character you imagine to just demolish your face into the ground, but he still needs to be satisfying. He needs to feel good. I think it feels real nice to smash Teemo's entire body into your opponent.
Right. Before I want to talk about the last special he has, one unique mechanic that he has is done by just crouching on the ground, sitting still.
Yeah, just like in
You
League.
press
He
down,
sits still.
And this is
turns
not to
invisible.
be confused with down forward or down back. Teemo becomes invisible in 2 seconds, and while he's invisible, he is free to move.
That is crazy.
What are you setting up for?
He can move?
As you can notice, he comes out after a certain period of time, but while he's invisible, he enjoys a 15% speed bonus. So
No.
he's able to get around the stage a little quicker, and yeah, you just can't see him. Of course, he can attack while he's invisible. Once you attack, he does come out though, so watch out when you attack.
It's pretty
And,
cool that they found a way to make that's his League of Legends mechanic, right? He sits still, he turns invisible, and a bush happens faster. They brought it back faithfully. He moves faster. If he attacks, he leaves stealth. I think it's pretty. I'm curious if they'll like nerf it in the future or adjust it, because that seems really strong. I'm not a 2D fighter expert, but it seems really strong. But it's cool that it's faithful to
Another
the source
unique
game.
mechanic I want to mention for Teemo is the parachute. This is done when you're in the air. You can hold up to deploy this parachute. And when you have this
Can he
parachute
block in
deployed, you can
parachute?
move around with left or right. It's like a fun tool.
Can
for
you like
Teemo to get
time
around
people
the
out
stage.
with the parachute?
This leads me to the next special, or the last special.
Going.
Yeah.
Teemo Jinx might be
which is
hilarious.
Down S2. Guerrilla tactics. Yep.
Guerrilla tactics.
So when you press down S2, Teemo plants a clump of grass on the ground, and it grows over time.
It
This seems
grows?
harmless.
Right. After it
How long does
grows,
it last?
Teemo has 3 interactions
sure they'll
with
tell
the
me.
grass. First is that he turns invisible inside the grass almost immediately. And unlike the crouching invisibility, he can actually move around and still
Accurate to the
remain
game.
invisible.
He can move in the bush
Tiny little space.
Yeah, yeah.
and stay invisible. That's so
Yeah,
toxic.
he can go outside too.
Yeah, and it persists for a little while.
Right. When he's outside of the grass, he can press down S2 again to teleport back to the grass. If you don't remember the grass was behind you, for example, and like Teemo just goes behind you and just hits you.
Oh,
from
this
behind.
guy.
There's another use for this, and that is Teemo can use crouching H to burn the grass. And once you touch the flame, you get hit up to 3 times and you get launched up. Teemo can combo afterwards, of course. And another special feature about this fire is that once you get the fire and Teemo holds up, you can float on the updraft. of the
That's
fire.
really cool.
Another interaction that Teemo has with the grass is that once you get the flame slingshot, he can set the grass ablaze with the flame slingshot as well. So let's talk about
That's
Teemo's
pretty
supers.
cool.
So S1 Super, Vandal Sky Patrol.
There we go, you got it.
Yeah, Teemo gets on his leaf copter, he flies around in it, and he shoots 9 darts total.
And the last one's a blinding dart, I think.
Teemo can decide to just bust out the super and just, play neutral like this, and the opponent kind of has to get around.
This is like
say if you
this is like Marvel Mega Man. You know the little editor. I need you to pull this up. You know the penguin mount, or like there's a super where he's like in the penguin robot and you just shoot stuff.
play neutral like this.
That's
and the opponent
hilarious.
Kind of has to get around to get away. Say if you have a double down fuse, you can use the super for your assists. And you can play
Wow.
around or play with the darts. Let me get to the S2 Super. This is the Noxious Surprise, the big mushroom. Yeah, in principle, it works pretty similar to the regular mushrooms. Where it's
Can
just
they
a
hit
bigger
it?
version of the mushroom trap. It does hit multiple times, does more damage. So one difference is that it cannot be destroyed
Yes,
by
it's a Rashid super. It can't be destroyed.
But to deal with
You
this,
just launch
the
it at them and they have to
opponent
hold
can
that.
get close to the mushroom and either block it or maybe try to
Great
get,
Desert
get
Mushroom?
away from it. Another thing for the super mushroom is that it actually counts towards 2 points of.
It gives
mushroom
him
damage.
badges.
So traditionally, if you do a shovel on the mushroom, it just bounces once, replaces or moves to one plane forward. But if you shovel the big mushroom, it keeps going forward.
It's literally Rashid. I can't
Okay, let's
believe
talk
they've
about
done
Teemo's
this.
ults. This is the ult, the blinding dart. Teemo shoots a blinding dart at the opponent. Once it hits, Teemo jumps up, throws a bunch of mushrooms at the opponent, drops some more on the opponent, and himself.
Nice.
This is a projectile ult. It does go pretty far, so like if you're here, you can probably hit it still. Yeah, it is invulnerable like other
It's
ults.
invulnerable?
Let's talk about
Yes.
assists.
Wake up
This
super.
is Teemo's forward assist. It's the mushroom,
He
of course. This is Teemo's forward assist.
salutes, bro.
It's the mushroom.
This might be the best character.
But unlike the regular mushroom, he remains
For
on the
me
ground
in a fighting
while he
game.
does this. That's partially because when you want to tag into Teemo once he's doing the assist, we didn't want him to, be in the air. So that's why he's on the ground. But otherwise, it's basically just a mushroom move. And this is Teemo's back assist, the darts. Instead of 3,
It
he
looks
shoots
so
2,
lame.
But unlike the regular darts, they come a little staggered. You may have
Staggered.
noticed that once the projectiles hit, the victim stays grounded. And that has a lot of implications for
He's smiling.
characters that can, I guess, like
He said that has a lot of
combo
implications and he started
from the
smiling.
assist. You have a perfect combination here. If you can do like a ducking forward into
victim, yeah, that's
Yep. For someone like Jinx,
key language there.
Jinx, who is another projectile-heavy character, I think Teemo can aid that very well as well. They just become like an actual bullet hell.
Wait, can you show me?
Yeah.
I want to fight your bullet hell.
Sure.
Do you?
Teemo can set up his shop, and while he's doing this, Jinx is projectile combo. Yeah.
No, this is
Yeah,
devious.
there's like some things you gotta deal with even after you get through all these. Let me get to Teemo's super assist, the Noxious Sweeper. When you call Teemo for super assist, he comes in from the air.
Oh my goodness!
And he goes through the entire screen dropping little mushrooms. In a nutshell, this is like a screen clear assist, but obviously you can use it for pressure combos.
Sentinel from Marvel
pressures
3.
might look like. Because there are gaps in between, you can like cross them up. Yeah.
And he's
Or you can go
saluting.
for high lows. In Teemo's case, we really wanted Teemo to be able to be played by like anyone, really. Like even beginners or even someone who's not really played fighting games before and just checking out 2XKO for the first time.
It was an interesting design problem where we knew Teemo had to be weird because he's a weirdo, like we've established.
He's a weirdo.
Anybody who sees him for
Rude.
the first time, thinks he's cute and just wants to play should get to. And I think y'all did an amazing job of threading that needle.
Yeah, glad you pointed it out. That's another thing we want to make sure.
Low-key
Teemo
hype for
did, too.
Teemo. They really
We want
cooked
to
with him.
Make sure that individual tools that he has are individually fun to use. You know, at least these tools, it's pretty straightforward. It's clearly
His combos are
good
crazy.
and easy to use. So yeah, we're super excited. So that is it for Teemo today.
That's it? The time
hope
flew
you all
by.
enjoyed. I'm super glad
That was 15
I
minutes?
was finally able to talk about Teemo and show y'all what Teemo's about. Thank you for watching. Please check them out in the early access
No,
exclusive.
it's already
great time.
over? I can't believe that. I can't believe that. The time flew by. I was captivated. Now, I have a lot of faith in the 2XKO devs, so I guess I have a lot of faith in the devs based on this. They talked early on about, like, okay, it's a short character. Short characters are hard to hit, but we want it to be consistent, so let's put him in the game early. Well, the implication, I guess, is putting him in the game early lets them figure this stuff out early, right? They wanted Teemo to be easy to play, where his mechanics are fun. You can kind of see each mechanic individually. Like, okay, there are, how do I put this? There are like fighting game sweats, and then there are like the turbo nerds, right? I feel like I belong in the turbo nerd category, where I'm the type of guy, well, you saw in the tweet, I used to test out mushroom placements. If you look up like the League of Legends Summoner's Rift map, I literally, and I'm not interested in AI mode, bro. I literally had this image. And I would mark where to put the mushrooms in my free time. Actually, not. I evaded my responsibilities to map out where the mushrooms should go. And I feel like they cooked with that. Like, you could get invested in putting up different slingshot walls or where you're going to put the mushrooms, you know? It feels like there's a low barrier to entry and a lot of depth, which I think is cool. What is that? A super assist? Where's the super assist? This thing looks egregious.
In a nutshell, for super assist, he comes in from the air.
Oh my god, it's so impressive.
He goes through the entire screen.
Because the
dropping
whole
little
screen.
mushrooms.
Yeah, so stuff like that will probably be fun for duos. By the way, if you haven't tried like 2XKO, I slept on the duos mode a lot. I was really, in the alpha, I was really overwhelmed like learning this game. And I was kind of getting frustrated because the game has so many mechanics, and like tag fighters in general are really punishing. Like, you have to be put in a terrible situation over and over just to figure out what to do. Like this. Like, what are you supposed to, you're supposed to die to this like 50 times, you know? But the duo mode, especially after like, if I spent like most of the day or most of the stream like grinding really hard combos and like failing a lot, the duo mode is a nice way to like unwind, because you still get to see the situations, but you're not always on. You're not like the guy that has to deal with everything all the time. And I think it's pretty cool. So all that's to say, I think Teemo would thrive in a duo environment. As a beginner, you're like, I'm helping, I'm putting out the mushrooms. Like, that's hard to mess up. I'm putting out the super mushrooms, the carpet bomb, you know? Like, I feel like they cooked. And the Teemo player doesn't necessarily have to play to get in or like open up the opponent. His entire archetype feels like a bunch of mini games that the player has to choose and the opponent has to suffer through, you know? So I'm pretty excited. I didn't expect to be this excited. Truthfully, I played a bunch of 2XKO, and as much as I was like, yeah, I believe in this game, the netcode is insane, there's a lot of thought and care going into the game, it hasn't like gripped me. And I think part of that is the character pool. There's not, like, I like Yasuo, I like Vi, but the characters didn't really hit for me. I just watched like 15 minutes of Teemo gameplay and I was hooked. So I'm pretty excited to see. I mean, he, like, by the time you guys watch this video, he's gonna be out. For me, he's out tomorrow. I'm so excited to try him out and figure out how to A, play him, and B, figure out how to do more 2XKO stuff on the main channel. That's the goal eventually, to kind of diversify. Right now, all my eggs are in the Tekken basket, but this is very, very promising and exciting. If you tune into the streams, you'll know that I'm going to be playing this dude a lot. One thing I didn't point out that I actually did like a lot. Where's the part where Ari... It's the Ari part. What does he say? I feel seen by that. He runs into a baddie and she says, what a cute little squirrel, which is not what he is. But instead of correcting about his race and ethnicity and species, he drops his rank like it's a flex. He's like, I'll have you know, ma'am. What is it? Junior First Class Vandal Scout. That might be my new Discord username. Anyways, if you sat through this whole thing on YouTube, let me know. Drop a comment. We made it this far, and I appreciate you. Like and subscribe for more. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.